Greetings! You all submitted some really great questions about the Catholic Church. Why is the Catholic Church this? Why do we do that? Some really great stuff. So we're going to get into 3 of them, and I'm going to answer them as best I can. Question number 1. Why do Catholic Church leaders wear robes? Excellent question. Well, a couple of reasons. Well, several reasons. We'll get into a few. Robes, as you would call them, are also called vestments or chasubles. And typically these are worn by clerics, so priests, deacon, bishop, cardinal, pope, but not exclusively to clerics. The altar and ambo space is known as the sanctuary. So anyone entering that space typically would wear white, all white. And so a lot of times you'll see altar servers wearing an all white robe. Sometimes you'll see a cantor or psalmist when they go up to sing the psalm wear a white robe. You don't so much see that anymore. Or even a lector. But really why we're wearing vestments, or why the priest specifically, this is an example set by Jesus himself. When they pulled Jesus down off of the cross and being crucified, he was wearing a seamless garment. So this had no seam to it, and it was kind of a circular, unending, seamless garment. And so any priest you see today vesting is wearing a seamless garment. You'll find that in John chapter 19, verse 23. And so why else would they wear them? Well, this is to set the Mass aside from any other earthly experience that we know. And really, when you think about it, it is. We're calling on the saints to celebrate Mass with us through the priest using his hands, but really standing in the person of Christ, or what we would say in persona Christi. It's really Jesus performing the transubstantiating sacrament of the Eucharist. Next question. Why do we call God He if we don't know His gender? That's a good one. So it's true. A lot of times we sing a hymn or we read from scripture or we say a prayer where God is a He or His. It's true that God is neither male or female, and the Catechism of the Catholic Church clearly states that God is not male or female, but pure spirit. Okay, and a pure spirit could not have a gender. And so, as to why sometimes we say he or his, well, we go to the example of Jesus. And there's many countless times that Jesus calls God Abba. Or, this translation is like daddy or father. So Jesus calls God Father. He teaches us to pray, Our Father who art in heaven. So, male or female? Probably not. God is pure spirit, but we go by the example of Jesus. Question number 3. Why is the Catholic Church called Catholic? What does Catholic mean? This is a great question. Now, the word itself just simply translates to universal church. Catholic means universal. Ecclesiae, also meaning church, is what Jesus founds. Jesus founds the Catholic Church. We see this in Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. It's not a plural church. It's not churches. He founds the church. He says, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." And so the term Catholic actually goes back quite a bit to the early 2nd century. St. Ignatius of Antioch is writing a farewell letter. He's about to be martyred, and he's writing to his fellow Christians, and he says, "Where the bishops are, there is the Catholic Church." And we know this was commonplace terminology because nobody writes back, nobody raises their hand, nobody says, "Whoa, church? What do you mean Catholic Church? Where'd you come up with that? Ignatius? What are you talking about?" He writes Catholic Church, and we understand this to be very commonplace terminology going back to the very, very, very earliest of Christians at the year 107. So, Catholic Church, universal, welcome.